Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to set up an Ark cluster in your Streamline control panel. A cluster is just two or more servers that are connected, and in this case an Ark Cluster Server allows you to transfer between servers while you're in the game. To start with, you will need at least two servers. We have opened two servers in separate tabs on the browser. Both servers need to be stopped before you do anything else. The first thing to check is that these servers are on the same box. To do this, you need to click the Cluster Information button on both servers and make sure the server ID matches. In this case, both are server ID 149. Should the server IDs not match, please raise a support ticket and Streamline staff will assist you in moving your server for a cluster setup. The next step is to create the Ark Cluster folder by clicking on the Create Cluster Folder button on only one of the servers. This runs a script to create the directory that is accessible from both servers. Highlight the directory location string, copy it using Ctrl+C, close the window, and then go to the Command Line Manager. Go to the Custom Command Lines and create a new one. The description can be anything that's relevant for you. We've just called this one Cluster. There are many other settings here which you can investigate in your own time, but we are just focusing on the cluster settings. Click the checkbox to the left of the cluster directory setting and paste the directory information you copied earlier by using Ctrl+V. If you forget the cluster directory information, you can always find it by clicking the Cluster Information button on the other server. Next, click the checkbox to the left of the Cluster ID setting. You need to put a unique ID in here. We've just put in Streamline Cluster for this exercise. The cluster directory and cluster ID settings must be the same on both servers. Ticking the No Transfer checkbox will stop users from outside your cluster from being able to transfer onto your server. These are the only three settings that you need to fill in to configure a cluster. Make sure you save the settings you've just entered. Then click Select to make sure that this command line will run on startup for this server. Create a new command line on the second server and make sure you put in the same information as you did for the other one. That's the description, cluster directory and cluster ID. One extra thing you need to do here is to make sure that both servers are not on the same map. If they are, you won't be able to transfer between them. We have changed the map on this one to Scorched Earth _P and click the checkbox to the left. Then just click Save again to save all of your settings. Just check that the cluster ID and the cluster override in the command line is the same on both of the servers. Then click Select to make sure that this command line will run on startup for this server. It should show as selected on the right hand side, just like the previous one did. Then start both servers and your cluster should now be active. If you have any issues, please check our knowledge base first, or lodge a support ticket and Streamline staff will be happy to assist you. We hope you found this tutorial useful. Goodbye for now.